time of 2019. It's a new year, new vibe,
New year, new gear.
new energy. Yeah, coming. So we decided to do a story time. So everybody knows because a lot of times we get asked these questions, and so we just decided to do live or a story time. Um, on how or why we're vegan. We both have like our individual stories. But you can't never be ready for action.
Because you know
Okay,
I'm the director, so
we're not ready yet. Cut.
cut. That's what happens when you're alive, you know.
Live. That's what happens when you're live.
When you're alive.
So anyway, we have individual like stories on our about our journey, you know, with like the vegan lifestyle. I wouldn't even really say that we're vegan. I mean, we're majority vegan. Like we every on a daily, like
That
99.9%
that's
of the
the
time,
goal.
we eat plant based.
The
But
goal.
there are days where we do consume fish and seafood. Um, so it's not really like we're not trying to like restrict ourselves. We just know that it's not healthy to consume animal product as much as the typical American or you know black member of the black person does. You know, black. I think the black community consumes a lot of meat, so um, it's not really healthy. Um, so did you want to start with yours first?
No, go.
I think yours will be the shortest.
Well, for me, um,
I'll ask you.
I'm a type of
I'll
person.
interview you. How? How? When did you become vegan, or how did you become aware of the vegan diet?
Well, first I must say, you know, originally I grew up eating a lot of meat, from pig, from right down to chicken.
What would be a typical meal, like a day? What would you eat in a day typically before you became vegan? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I mean, I would eat like in the morning I would eat eggs, you know, bacon. I used to love bacon. Like that was one of my favorite thing to eat, like bacon. And like you know, as I grew up like in the kitchen as I cook, you know, we used to put bacon in most everything. You know, you can go into salads, like everything basically.
So what would
So
you eat for lunch?
so for lunch, you know, chicken always. You know, chicken sandwich. You know, jerk chicken. You know, whatever. You know, whatever
Curry
chicken,
chicken and
curry
rice and
chicken,
peas.
whatever. Yeah, and also
Dinner?
dinner. You know, a nice big 10-ounce steak. You know, I used to love eating beef and stuff like that because you know I also was in the hotel industry and like you know a hotel that they have like they cook like a lot of beef
You
and
got free
so
food.
yeah, so if it's free why not eat it, like you know. So
So, when did you become knowledgeable or aware of the vegan diet and its health benefits?
well what is it was true, like you know real life experience, you know.
No, that's why you became vegan, right?
Yeah, but I'm telling you why I know is health reason
Okay.
and so
Sorry.
yeah, why you trying to cut my story?
Proceed.
So I'm saying like, you know, so basically, you know, one day I was at work, you know, and I ate like, you know,
You what?
I ate I eat.
You ate.
I don't like to say eat.
It's 8. Past tense.
Yeah.
Right. It just sounded like get at. I was like, what? You at?
I consume. Hold on. I consume.
You digested.
I digested
Raw meat.
some raw meat. It wasn't really raw, but it was like a piece of steak and some shrimp.
Medium rare. The blood was seeping out.
I'm not sure about that, but you know, it was maybe medium.
I actually used to eat my steak medium rare.
But what really happened is like, after eating it, like I feel good and everything is good. I finished work and like I went home, take a shower,
He loved telling the story.
and just laid down. Man, you see, like 5 minutes after I lay down in the bed, it's like, oh my God, it's like my whole everything inside of me want to come out. It's the closest I ever go to death in my life. The
He
closest.
nearly died.
And like,
He was on his deathbed.
yeah, and it's like, it's not a lot of time I've been close to my death, but this was the closest.
When was this?
It was 2018 about no, it was 2019.
No, it wasn't. It's 2019 now.
No, not 19.
2017.
17, yeah. 2017, I mean to say. Yeah. 2017 about in December. About them time, yeah. December, November, maybe. I'm not sure. But yeah, and like, I went to the bathroom and like, oh, I just needed some help. You see me? I say I was like crying out, bawling out.
He probably had like food poisoning, a slight case.
Well, I don't know what it is, but upon that,
How did you feel when you had that experience where you were throwing up?
Yeah, I was throwing up. Like I say, I couldn't keep nothing in my system. Like, and it wasn't even about me throwing up because I'm used to like throwing up and stuff like that.
You're used to throwing up.
Yeah,
Why
like.
did you drink heavy? Oh, okay.
No, I mean,
How long did that last?
everybody used to know. You never throw up before?
Oh, I threw up a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
So
the reason why I was throwing up.
yeah, but what I'm saying to you, like
It's not-
the throwing up part wasn't the problem for me.
So what was the problem?
The problem was the feelings,
How
my
did you
joint,
feel?
my muscle. I feel like
Were stiff? You probably had some type of infection or poison.
I'm just trying to say, B, I don't know what it was.
I know,
See me,
but
I
I'm
say,
telling you.
but I'm telling you, how I felt. I never felt like that in my life. You see, my sister,
You
it
were
was.
dizzy?
I was just out of it. I was like feeling pain all over. I was like, help, help, help,
Did you have
help.
diarrhea?
No, I didn't have diarrhea. Like what I'm saying to you,
How long did
like
this
the
last?
food.
How long?
Listen, the food didn't reach so far for me to have diarrhea.
Right.
You understand? It was just like right there.
Right.
You understand? Like right on my stomach.
As soon
like,
as you consumed, your body identified that
yeah,
you
my,
didn't like it. So that-
yeah. And I think that was like just a sign, and
How long did that last? One day or one night?
I mean,
Hour?
it just lasts for like a couple hours, and then like after getting it out my system, like chewing up, because
Yeah.
I have to really get it out.
Yeah, your body's trying
Yeah. So I chew it up, and then I was finally like kind of feel a little bit better, and then by the morning, like it was just a little bit better for me.
So when did you immediately know it was like the meat, or did you think about it afterwards?
I mean, in any sickness or any form of reaction, you're gonna always think about
Right.
what do you eat. So for me, I that's what I went to because I know that's what I ate.
Mm-hmm.
So like I just go right to it and say, yo, it must be this.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, now like yeah. So that's what happened. So I thought it
what
was.
was your diet after that experience?
Well,
did you continue eating meat?
Definitely after that I didn't eat no beef, none at all.
I want to interject because I recall you telling me about it, and you were saying it was the shrimp.
To be honest with you, I don't think I still can't wrap my head around it because I still eat a little shrimp, but it don't affect me like that.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if it didn't prepare properly.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe something.
Yeah. It
So
could've just
so maybe it's not really the beef or the shrimp, but maybe it's the preparation.
been
Maybe it was just a sign.
type of contamination.
Yeah, maybe
So,
it was just a sign. Maybe it was a spiritual sign for me to like stop eating or like, oh, that's not good for
So
you.
what was your diet after you experienced that?
Well, as I say, I just try to cut down. I don't eat any beef anymore.
So
I try
zero
not
red meat.
zero red meat, no red meat. I try to eat like just a little chicken after that, and most vegetable. It was really hard because I'm a man. I love eating my meat and stuff. But at the end of the day, with the experience that I went through, it wasn't really hard for me.
Yeah.
because I didn't want to relive that experience again.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really that hard when you think about it. And then right after I met you,
Yeah.
you understand? Or during the process, you know.
Yeah, I think we know each other or something.
Yeah, we knew each other, but you know.
We were, yeah.
Yeah, but after you know, like right after like I met you and like you were telling me like you know about you know the whole you know meat and everything,
Vegan.
vegan and stuff like that. So I just feel like it was just divine timing for me, and like it was just a sign, like okay, you know, I'm gonna meet somebody that they are vegan, and like you know everything just fall in place, and it was just an easy flow over for me, you know. To be honest with you, it wasn't like that difficult. Trust me. So
So, what were like the steps that you took in leading up to completely being like plant based? I think you were like just chicken and fish.
well, yeah, cause one of the challenges that I had when I went to work, there wasn't not much for me to eat. So they either had a little chicken there, they had like ribs and all these things. So that was the hardest part of it for me because
But I'm at home. We were just eating.
at home we were okay. We wasn't cooking any meat at
Yeah,
home.
yeah.
You understand? But when I go to work, that was a problem because then when I went to you know staff room, it was like you know they have their own food there, you know, and it's not like you can, yeah, you can go outside go buy something, but at the end of the day, it's not even make sense, you know. So yeah, that was the only challenge. But after a while, you know, we get over that and like you know it was pretty just cool after that, you know. After that, we just start cook our own food. We start do our own thing, and it's been like you know 1 year now and some months, you know.
Yeah.
We have been going and like you know it's been a little ups and downs. Sometimes we're there on the road and like you know we just have just grab a piece of chicken, but otherwise from that you know we be keeping it real and like you know as I say sometimes it's not like if you eat a piece of chicken it doesn't mean that you know that's
Yeah.
not bad or whatever, but you know if you have to do it you know that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it.
But I remember like when we were first started to cook just like veggies, and we would do like just like the veggies and rice. A lot of times you would like you felt still hungry.
Yeah, that
You would eat like a big plate, but you still.
yeah, and I was yeah, you know I could understand, you know, like I feel like I had to have some meat in me. I feel like I had to eat a piece of meat to feel full, you know.
But you don't feel that way anymore.
I don't feel that way anymore, but I feel like it was just the way how I was thinking, like you know I need some meat, you know I need because you know how we grew up. If we don't have a piece of meat on our plate, we call it source of food. You understand? If you grew up like how we grew up without a piece of meat on your plate, that's like source of food. I don't know if you understand me.
Yeah.
Like
But
so for me, I'm always expecting a piece of meat on my plate. So
yeah, that's
so for the transformation, like you know, not having that, it just feels so empty.
and I tell people it's your body is like a computer. So if you're putting anything in your body, you're going to, then you immediately stop. Your body's going to react to it. Your body's going to have like withdrawal symptoms. It's the same thing with like substance abuse. If you're using, you know, any type of drugs, even marijuana, even alcohol, even soda, even sugar, anything that you are putting in your body regularly and your body is used to, if you completely stop, you're going to have like a withdrawal symptoms, excuse me. So it wasn't that he was hungry, it was just that his body was used to having that meat, so he had the craving, and he had those symptoms of like withdrawal. So it's that's why, you know, it's something that takes time. You know, it's not like, oh, one day I'm a meat eater and the next day I'm vegan. It takes time.
And also, like you know, when you're like giving me like the vegan food and like it tastes really different, you know.
Yeah.
Like for me, like the food, it didn't have any flavor, it didn't have any taste. Like it just tastes, and it's not like it's not flavorful or tasteful, because I eat it now and like you know, even like when I eat the dessert, I was like, wow, I didn't know they like can make real dessert without you know all that you know dairy and stuff like that, and you know So it's just for you. You just have to get your taste buds
Yeah, used to it.
to used to it, and
Everything is adjustment. Just
yeah,
um, like what he's talking about as far as the vegan food. Like the vegan food is gonna be, no MSG, no preservatives, no processed sugars. So if you are growing up on that diet, eating processed sugars and all type of GMOs, all types of artificial flavorings, and then you go to something all natural, you're gonna taste the difference. But I've gotten to the point now, I'll crave like Hostess stuff and like stuff that's in a package. But once I eat it, I can't eat it because I'm so used to eating all natural.
yeah. So
Anything else you wanna?
yeah, so basically,
So how do you feel since you've been vegan? How have you been sick? Have you been healthy? What differences do you notice?
well, definitely since that, I have a lot more energy. Like I'm not sleepy, I'm not lazy. I have so much energy. Like basically, I would go to bed like 2 o'clock in the morning, and by 8, 9 o'clock I'm up. You understand? Like even when I'm tired, I don't feel that tiredness. I don't feel that lazy. Like I'm at work, I don't feel lazy. I don't feel like tired. Like it's so much like of a different. Like my skin is more cleaner, is more clear. Like
Yeah, I noticed.
it's just so much different little things. That that impact on your life and like.
Has your weight changed at all?
mm, Listen, my weight haven't changed, but you could see it in my body. Like my body is getting more
Lean,
refined. Like it's not like
bulky.
even my belly. Like I can actually. I always have my six pack, but you can actually see it now. So I mean, I feel like it's working out, and like as I say, if we just continue to practice this diet, like it's only can get better
How many
from
times
here.
have you been sick since you?
From that day when I was sick, I have never sick from that again.
Not even a cold.
Not even a cold. You understand?
How many times have you went to the doctor since then?
Never, never.
And you work outside.
And I work outside. I'm in the rain. I'm in the snow. I'm in the rain. I'm in the snow. I'm in the sun. Like and like it's just another day. Like
If you don't get any cold or
no cold,
fever.
no fever, nothing.
And you discovered that you had a gluten allergy.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Like, yeah, I also discovered in the process that there's certain things that I can't eat. And one of the things that we grew up into is we grew up eating a lot of bread.
Bread,
Like,
cake, and
if
cookies.
when we're having breakfast and we don't have a piece of bread, it's not breakfast. You understand? And we used to break the breakfast and dip in our tea and and eat it.
No.
Yeah, we eat bread now, but it's gluten free bread. So it's just a lot of things out there. There's things out there for everybody. So if you have an allergy, like you can't eat bread, you understand? Like my head back, I have these bumps in my head back. I don't know if anybody like aware of that. Like if you ever have it, but and we get to find out that it was the bread. It was the gluten that we were eating, and like we say that all right, we have to stop eat that bread and go gluten free. And like since I've done that, like it has been a big difference. Like anytime I eat any gluten bread,
You have an outbreak.
I have like a little itch. So that's how I know that's it. So yeah, so it's been like major change. 2018 was like it was like a life experience changing, and I'm grateful, and as I say, I'm giving thanks for everything that have happened to me over 2018 and 2019. We just looking to improve on what we started in 2018. Is to make it better. Is to progress. Is to try and cut down on any other food. Focus and like we're just on here just to share our experience with you and tell you our journey and what we have gone through, because it has been a lot. It's not easy, you understand? And like we have gone through with little support, with us just supporting each other, and You understand? At the end of the day, one thing is I always believe in her and believe in her journey. And like I use her journey to strengthen my journey. You understand? Because whatever I'm going through is like she have already been through it. You understand? So she always have the answer of things I'm going through. Or if I don't have a answer to something, it's like I can always go to her and say, "Yo, how you can fix this?" You know, and she always have the answer. So just want to like just shout out to her and give her thanks, for being a part of my journey and shaping my journey to 2019 and to make it a bit more fruitful and beautiful and like peaceful, and at the end of the day, it's all
And
done
healthy.
and healthy. Don't leave all that because
Most important.
anything life is about, and your whole life experience and your journey is all about what you're taking into your body. You understand? So if you put bad inside, you're gonna get bad. It's just that simple. You understand? You eat good inside, you're gonna have good energy, good vibe, good spirit,
You feel good. You feel
good,
good.
good everything around you. So it's all about what you consume, and like we have to just mindful of what we eat, and like I
Yeah.
know it's kind of hard out there because for
So
us,
much
for
temptation. So much.
yeah, and for us to get good food, we have to drive like 15 minutes
Yeah. And it's
or
not. It's
20
not
minutes,
cheap.
and it's not cheap.
Right.
So they make it difficult for us to eat healthy and eat good.
But
So
health
it's hard.
You can't get it backwards.
But guess what? At the end of the day, if you only can eat one meal per day
That's
and one good meal,
actually
that's what you need. You understand? You get my say? So practice to eat one meal per day. You understand? And make it good.
Just to elaborate on what he said, like I'm very into like the herbs of healing, using food to heal, and like herbs for healing, and oils and these type of remedies. So when he was saying like if he has
Like olive oil.
if he's having some type of ache, like a knee, joint pain, I give him oils and natural remedies. And even simple stuff like stretching. I he wasn't really doing that, and I just was like, it's good to stretch. It's just good to move.
Yeah,
But
I can remember the first day when I went to work and like I came home and like
oh yeah, that was so funny when he started his new job. Okay, he had this. Okay, he was working in the hotel, right? And this job was so sweet. He didn't have to do nothing. So he has a new job now where it's way more physical. And it's not like it's hard, but when your body's not used to executing certain movements repetitively, and he was like, you were like unscrewing something, right? You want something?
I mean, yeah, well, as I said, my job is like, it's
Very
not,
physical.
it's physical.
Yeah.
Because I have to be moving my hand, all around, I have to be moving my feet. So my body is not used to.
Now it is.
Now it is, but back then my body wasn't used to it. So when I come home, I was like, oh my God. It's like,
Everything was sore, everything was tight.
I didn't think that I was going to make it the next day. Honestly, I'm like,
I was dying.
Yeah, like I told Dave about it, and like she just said, yeah.
His mother, this was so tight because he was like,
I couldn't do this. I couldn't do this.
Like all day, the same.
Yeah, so it was just a difficult time, and like they bring me through, like she know exactly what to do.
We just did a simple. I stretched him out good, like when you were a baby, your mom used to hang you by one foot and stretch you out, and the next day he was good.
Yeah.
Go to work.
The next day it was good, and like I mean that's how I believe in stretching, like and like anytime I feel any type of pain, I like say we need to stretch, like that's my remedy. It's one of, it's something that
very overlooked, but it's very important.
Even in the morning when I wake up, because I always wake up before her. This morning I came out here and I was like, I was like just laying on the floor and just stretching. Like it's something that I really want to do every morning when I wake up. because you know you lay down all night and you just in one spot, you know, your body just, you know, you need to
Movement is
like
good.
seasonal, yeah.
I like to dance around.
Yeah,
I
so
stretch and
it's good. It's healthy,
yeah.
and that's also a part. Like you see, just like how you eat good, is something
Movement.
that movement
Stretching,
is
movement.
just goes in hand.
Yeah.
So yeah, so this
So
gotta,
my journey is a little bit more detailed, a little bit more um longer. So yeah, I grew up like him, you know, kind of like eating meat. You know, my mom. No, I didn't grow up vegan. My mom used to cook, you know, chicken and turkey. We used to eat pork. We used to eat beef. We used to eat everything. You know, like most people in the black community. Um, but how do I start? Yeah. So you know, um, I had. So basically, like I used to be
yeah,
very sick when I was a kid, though.
yeah, go on
So
for me.
yeah, because I wanted to say this far, but I want to like make a long story short. So I used to be a kid, like um, on and off, like all the time. I was sick in and out the hospital all the time. Um, and then once I got older, up in my 20s, I started to like kind of rebel against like the medical, like my doctors and my nurse, everything that they were telling me, because I felt like nothing that they were telling me was working for me. Nothing they were telling me was true, and they just wanted to like put me on medication, and I stopped taking all my medication at one point. I'll do another story time on that, but yeah. So when I became 20, I had like a like one time I got out of the hospital and I was just like, you know, very depressed, very like down, very just like, what am I gonna do with my life? Like I don't want to be sick, you know, all this stuff. So I just started to like do research and like spiritual like research, and I started to study like religion a lot. And then I like, so I was like pretty much raised Christian. I wasn't raised like in a church or nothing, but I was raised like to believe in God, and you know I was baptized and all that stuff. But I started to like research religion and stuff, and I started studying like Islam, and I read the book. I read like the autobiography of Malcolm X, and he was vegan, and I read the book How to Eat to Live by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and he ate like once a day, you know. And then I like also discovered like Dr. Sabi around that time, so I started learning about alkaline diet and you know everything. So I just like one day decided I'm going to try this, you know, just for my health, you know, for health reasons. And you know, so like I used to eat like pork chops, I used to eat bacon, I used to eat, you know, everything, you know, but I pretty much
everything that black people eat.
yeah. Yeah. And then I think I kind of took steps. First I eliminated dairy from my diet. I stopped eating like eggs, milk, cheese. Everything dairy I eliminated. And then I stopped eating red meat, and I was just eating chicken and fish. And then after that, so it was like a year on each thing. So it was a while. It took me a few years. I was on the path to being vegan, but like a year of non-dairy, a year of no red meat, and then you know like and so forth. Um, Trying to remember some like pinpoints. Yeah. So then I immediately noticed that you know I was sick less often. You know I was just feeling way better. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely had times where I just ate, like I did, like backslide. I would just, you know, fall off my diet and eat something I wasn't supposed to eat. And I think it was, I'm going to mark it. I think it was 2015. I remember it was Thanksgiving 2015, and I didn't eat nothing. I didn't eat nothing that my mom cooked.
Really?
And from that day, I have been pretty much plant-based.
But why you didn't eat it though? What sparked you? What?
I had no desire to eat it. I had no cravings to eat it. My body, I had, you know, like I said, slowly but surely was taking the steps. And I remember this is a mark for me, because I remember that Thanksgiving, I did not eat nothing.
What if you look at string bean?
No, I think I had made some pasta and something. I had brought it like in a Tupperware to my mom's house, and that's what I ate. I went over there for Thanksgiving, to enjoy like family and everything, but I didn't eat anything. I didn't eat nothing. And my mom was trying to get me like, "You want to eat some greens?" I think I actually ate some greens, but other than that, like I didn't eat nothing.
But But before that, how were you feeling? Were you like still sick?
I was like in the process of having like surgeries.
Okay.
So I wasn't like I had a procedure and surgery and had complications. So that was like leading me to be sick, but I wasn't sick like I would have been typically. Um, yeah, and that was the day that I pretty much been vegan. And up until I met him, I wasn't eating any fish, nothing. So that was like 2015, 2018. No, I met you in 2017. So 2017, and then I would be with him, and he cooked like this elaborate dinner with like steamed fish, and I was like, I don't want to, I feel bad, so I just would eat it. But before that, I wouldn't eat any type of animal product, and I would make all types. I made cake, I made vegan cookies, I would make vegan pasta, I would make vegan like pepper steak, I would make vegan tacos.
Cake is good. I love the cake. I love the cake. The cake is good. Chocolate cake.
Yeah. And I had done like all the research, I'm gonna tell you this. This is why I kind of traumatized myself. Because like I said, it's hard when you're trying to really like cut out everything and you drive past Popeyes, it's all this fast food stuff. So sometimes, you have so much temptation. But I had made up my mind that I need to be vegan for my health. You know what I'm saying? So I had watched so many documentaries. I watched Forks Over Knives, I watched Earthlings, I watched Cowspiracy, and I swear, I feel like if you watch those 3 movies, you'll be vegan that day. Nobody can watch those movies and continue to consume meat. It's so disturbing. I think Forks Over Knives talks about the benefits of being plant-based as far as health. I think Earthlings talks about like the environmental, how it actually hurts the environment for people to eat meat. And then Cowspiracy, I can't remember what the basis of that was. But there's a lot of movies like What the Health. I haven't watched that, but I've heard a lot of people watch that and change their diet. So it was pretty much like the health benefits why I went vegan. And I started to look better. I started to feel better. I had more spiritual like alignment, and I was like on a real spiritual path at that time.
So you said how long from that Thanksgiving?
2015.
It was 2015. So what happened in 2016? Like
I was vegan. Up until I met you in 2017,
so
I didn't.
When was your last like surgery? When was your last like I don't need a doctor anymore? No.
That wasn't until look at my scars, y'all. Can you see that? I don't want to show my penis. But yeah, like I went through hell.
How much time I cut it?
I don't even know. Like this long scar that I have right here, this is probably like 3 different operations. It was just like this, and it just got bigger and bigger every time. And then I have a whole bunch of other scars. I have like even all types of stuff. I have been in like the ICU. I've had all types of infections. I've had all types of like pulmonary embolism, like blood clots, stuff that I could have literally died. You know what I'm saying? All type of complications from surgery, procedures. I've been on all types of medicine. It was like from the time I've been sick, I've been in the hospital every year. Like from 2000. How old was I? Early 2000s. Even before that, because actually I used to have Evan. So like my whole childhood was spent in and out of the hospital, basically.
So from 2016, I've never been in the hospital again.
No, the last time I was in the hospital was probably 2017.
17?
Yeah.
January?
Yeah, sometime in 2017.
Okay.
But that was just because I had to have operations just to correct stuff that was done and wrong in my past operations. Yeah, and like it was like Every year I would be in the hospital at least twice. Always a week. I've never been in the hospital for less than a week. I think the longest I've been in the hospital was like 3 months. And it was like prison. Um, yeah, and it was all diet. I had like, what's it called? Colitis and Crohn's. And it's like a autoimmune disease. And it's like, it's your diet. They don't tell you that. They tell you it's genetic, but it's your diet. I changed my diet and there was no trace of it in my body. Yeah, I used to have to like, my mom used to have to inject me with stuff at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to think of everything. I used to have tubes down my nose because I wasn't eating and I had to get like nutrients and I had to be like fed that way. I had like tubes going in my heart, like, and you know, I have had like infections. I went to where like I couldn't move. I was literally like paralyzed. What else? Like some traumatic stuff. Like I wish I knew like all the medical terms, but I don't even like to think about that.
Yeah.
But it was like a very difficult time in my life. And what else? I'm trying to think. Yeah, I've had so many IVs.
How was it like from you change from eating meat? Like I know you talk about like when you went over your mom, you just don't have no desire. But what was it taste any different? Like, do you have to adjust to the taste of the food, or it was just normal? Like for
No,
me,
because you know what
you have to take a time for me to used to the food.
But one time I was in the hospital and I was in the hospital for like 2 weeks. And when I was there, I couldn't eat nothing. So I had made the decision like in my mind, when I go home, I'm just gonna be vegan. So I didn't.
Oh, see, just make up your mind like no matter how the food tastes, I'm gonna eat it. Like.
Yeah, I mean, but I didn't. I had already not eaten nothing for 2 weeks.
Okay.
So it was.
Okay, so you kind of don't have no taste.
Taste, yeah.
Okay, I understand.
So I just went from that to just a plant-based diet. And I just was, studying everything.
But how is the experience though? Like, change you into like a person, like the person that you are today. Like
I said,
how did that influence you? How did you knowing how to eat like change your life? Like for you to be this person today.
I feel that it changed me. It just gave me more mental clarity. I'm able to, vibrate higher, more on a higher frequency when it comes to just kind of like the metaphysics and stuff. Because, and even I stopped drinking soda like in 2007. So I was like, it was like little stuff that I was doing like, for a long time that kind of, I had stopped using toothpaste in like 2010. You know what I'm saying? And like honestly,
so there was little things that you were doing that kind of make sense.
Yeah.
That kind of like.
Yeah. And I feel that. I mean, I feel like you can still be spiritual if you eat meat, but I definitely feel more in tune with like spirit and the universe and like my ancestors since I don't eat meat. You know what I'm saying? And just like just to not be sick. To me, that's like the biggest thing. Like I've never not been sick. There wasn't a day in my life before 2018 that I wasn't sick. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And that's like, it's hard to imagine, but it's true. And
it's like every day.
Yeah, every single day of my life.
And you would just be here like with me, good, and
yeah, like there were good days and there were bad days. I had some days better. I felt better than other days, but every day I felt some type of disease. You know what I'm saying? And then I started just like studying Dr. Sebi and all of that stuff. So I started to learn like what you can just not eat meat, but then there's a whole other thing to be vegan. You know what I'm saying? To just eat alkaline and not consume animal product. So it is like I'm like the person in my family, who everyone like when they in the hospital or they go through something and they're like, oh, you need to talk to your uncle. Your uncle's sick. Your cousin's sick. And I'm like,
so you're like the doctor for the family.
Right. I'm pretty much like the go-to person. And I was like, go vegan. But I don't like to force
That's the
people
thing.
to do nothing.
That's the thing. When you say go vegan, it's like not everybody can do that because for me, it was through my experience why it was so easy for me. You understand?
Yeah.
Other people they don't go through that. Meat don't really hurt them certain way.
But if you, I'm gonna give it an example. There's people who are experiencing a decline in their health, high blood pressure, going on dialysis, kidney failure, liver failure. I've had
high blood pressure, sugar.
I'm just like people in my family that are going through this right now. You know what I'm saying? And my mom like, you should call them and talk to them. I'm gonna talk to them. Tell them to go vegan. That's it. That's the only advice I'm gonna give you. That's it. If you really get to the point, you know what I'm saying, where you want to get your life back.
Yeah.
You want to be able to live a healthy life.
And I mean, I feel like it should be easy because if I get sick now,
it should be. But
if I should get sick now, and like okay, I'm going to the doctor, and somebody come to me and say go vegan, that will help. You see me?
It's not that it's going to help. It's going to reverse.
But what I'm trying to say to you, that it's just right to take a chance. Just like I take a chance, go to the doctor, take this pill. Why not take the chance and do something different?
I agree, but everybody doesn't have that mind frame. Some people don't have that willpower. Some people, I don't know. But even for me, I was, like I said, suffering, and I was sick, and it still took me time. It wasn't like a snap my fingers and I'm vegan, but it did happen that way. But it did, over the years, I was already on that path.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I try not to like force people to do nothing. I just try to give them the information so they can make the best decision for themselves. Because, everybody gonna do what they want to do, but I don't. Yeah. So, yeah. And then you have like a lot of people who are they're misinformed about it. They're like, oh well, if you are vegan, then you're not getting protein. They don't understand that protein comes from plants. Your body makes its own protein. There's a lot of like even milk. People think you're supposed to have milk for calcium. No, you're not. That's not has the highest percentage of niacin, which causes cancer. There's a lot of misinformation that people have been taught. People have been misinformed about animal product and vegan. So my suggestion to you, even if you're not sick, if you're healthy,
it's just a good time. It's the right time to just change your diet. It's the right time to just once a day, eat once a day. Practice to eat once a day. You understand? Because you never know.
Yeah.
Day and day, you
take
never
baby
know.
steps. Do your first of all, do your research, read up on it, and then just start to cut out things one by one. Start to cut out dairy. Start cutting out red meat.
It's good when you have your own experience.
I do think that like on a larger scale, a lot of people are not eating red meat, which is very, very good.
Yeah. I think that a lot of people not eating red meat.
And like I was saying before,
good.
I'm not trying to have us live like my life. I don't want to have a life where it's restrictions. Oh, I can't eat that, or I don't eat this. I'm not that. I don't think of it that way. You know what I'm saying? I'm also think of it like, how do I put this in words? Like it's not about restrictions. It's about like, what's the word? Not about restrictions. It's about moderation. It's about balance. You know what I'm saying?
Balance.
99% of the time, we're going to be plant-based. But yes, if I go to a vacation spot and their signature dish is a chicken dish, I'm going to try it. You know what I'm saying? And even with me saying that, every time I eat something, I'm less than satisfied. If I ever go like past a rotisserie place and the chicken smells so good, I'm like, oh man, this smells so good, and I give into the temptation and I eat it, I start to feel sick. My body starts to reject it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's like even though you eat it, it's like
not the same.
It's like just prepare for the bad feeling and like
it's not the same.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like
even especially dessert.
It don't worth it.
Especially like dessert. If anytime I eat a cookie that's in a package or a cake that's like what's those little Hostess cake, that little Debbie, that stuff tastes so horrible. And I will crave it because my memory, I used to eat that. Like when I was a kid, it tasted good. But that's because my taste buds were used to that. Now my taste buds not used to that. I'll eat a little. That stuff tastes so stale and dry and sugary. It's nasty. So it's all about, just training your body in the good way.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful, that like I didn't have kids young, or I don't have kids yet before I like went through all this, because I probably would have just had my kids eating a regular diet and leading them on a wrong path. But but since like I've gained all this knowledge and change, like my kids are not even gonna ever probably eat meat. I mean, while they're young. When they get older and adults, I can't control what they do.
So
Throw breast cancer.